Is this the part where we get into the plots?
Are you guys
of the
ready
movie?
for like the quickest plot summary ever? This is another one of those, like, it's not that complicated of a plot. It just unravels itself through the movie.
I mean, I think that's becoming a trend. Is as we talk about these things, at least for me in my head, we're starting to understand that some of the best stories are very simple, and they just have a lot of interesting things happening.
A lot of moving parts.
Central, premise, and it's a very simple premise.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts. So there's two things going on with this movie at all times, and I would go into detail about it all. But number one, again, passively watching. And number two, I feel like things continue to just move and then reaffirm themselves. So we have our main character lady, who is an android, part human, part robot, who doesn't really feel like she's a human. So she really leans into like the robot parts of herself. And allegedly, and I don't know if this is just like coping with the idea of the movie or if this was just an excuse to do so, but allegedly she's naked most of the time because she's not leaning into her humanity. She doesn't feel like she has the need for modesty or whatever.
It's not important when you're so calculated. You're basically
or hot.
What's that?
And then this is completely counter opposite by her coworker dude. You know what I'm talking about.
The
robot
her work
dude.
husband.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually her work husband, who is also very robot man, but is treated and acts like a human. So, for an example, there's a part where she is like just standing out in the street completely naked, and he covers her with a coat.
Yeah,
that's how they balance that out.
That's at the end of the first very actiony sequence. Yeah. Actually, the first action sequence is literally in the opening credits at the beginning. Mm-hmm. She jumps off a tower naked, except for her guns.
Yeah, for some reason.
And that's not a euphemism.
Because that's how that works.
She has guns strapped to her thighs, I think. And she turns invisible and just goes on a killing spree.
Like I said, I don't know if this was just like a clever excuse to just have naked women all over the movie. It probably was. And let me tell you, for the 90s, it probably worked really well. You're shaking your head over there, no, but you... Oh, okay. Shall we talk about your books?
Somebody...
There is plot for this.
Do we need
she doesn't know who she is.
Do we need to get the bonk stick out for some of the viewers?
Yeah, for sure.
Bonk.
I'm telling you that this was like a very rated R movie and it wasn't really that good.
There's a lot of death. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I disagree. I think it was very great. But
I wouldn't say not to watch it, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Well, let's walk through the movie. I'm trying to do the best of what I can remember.
Yeah. So we have her and we have him, and they're both in like some special force unit trying to track down.
Yeah, there's some
criminals.
Yeah,
and there's a weird thing going on in the city.
It's all cyber. It's all internet cyber related.
Yeah. Tron.
There's some weird stuff.
There's another one.
Yeah, we're gonna come up with more as we go. Yeah, there's some weird cybernetic.
Yeah, and like people, like actual people, are getting
hacked.
Things happen. Yeah, hacked.
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
Literally getting hacked.
Their ghosts are getting hacked. Their ghost is just their soul,
and their shell is
their body. So the ghost in the shell.
iRobot had that too. They actually literally called it the ghost in the machines.
Whoa,
as if the machines had souls. So.
Right. Okay. That's wow.
Plagiarism.
Very cool. Very original. And so they're trying to track down what's going on. There's this guy named the Puppet Master that they haven't been able to track down. That's using some weird old bug to like hack people, and they don't know why.
And without their knowledge.
Yeah, because their memory gets wiped and stuff.
This guy doesn't know much about consent.
No. Well, I mean, let's be real. Spoilers for the next 5 minutes. How would he? He's not a person.
Only people can consent?
No, only people care about consent.
Oh, gotcha. And they
and only some of them, unfortunately. Can we just talk about that for a minute? Can we just talk about that? Why do people not know what the word no is?
Yeah.
Bad parenting.
They don't have dads like Mr. Goofy.
No.
Mr. Goof.
Which all ties back to Goof.
A Goofy movie.
Goofy.
He's a great dad.
Goof.
I feel like a few people in this movie could have used Goofy as a dad.
Oh, I think everybody in this movie could have used Goofy as a dad.
They would have benefited from it.
So our main character has an identity crisis like 6 or 7 times and is like, yeah, I do this because it helps me feel human. And her work husband is like, it's because you basically are if you just like accept the fact that people are treating you like one.
Yeah.
And she goes, but I don't feel like a person. I don't. And all of this is happening while there's some funky action scenes happening every once in a while where they're tracking down whoever this person is. Person, I say in quotes. And then eventually some lady who they thought was just some lady gets hit by a car. And it turns out she is an android. And so they bring her in. And
in that day and age, chances are.
Yeah, true. And they try to figure out.
Throw a rock, you might hit an android.
So they try to figure out what happened to her because obviously the puppet master must have done something because why else would she just jump in front of a truck? Because depression doesn't exist in this world, which is crazy, and that's the case.
I wonder if
how do we get there?
I wonder if Dr. Gero exists in this movie.
Whoa.
Because of all the androids.
So, the now like not decapitated but amputated
literally
android lady,
half an android lady
wakes up and it's the puppet master. The puppet master is the lady, and chaos ensues. And I honest to God, I watched this hours ago. I don't remember how they got out of that situation.
I think the body just blew up.
That's right. Yeah. And then he just like moved on to some other thing because the puppet master is just an AI.
He traveled through the Google fibers into another place.
he went to the AT&T data towers.
Yeah,
and just went on to the next cell phone. And if you upgrade now for $10 more a month, you'll get nothing else. I'm talking a lot about society in this episode, and all of the jokes are not landing.
There's a. I mean, look, this movie does have a lot of that. I mean,
it does.
A lot of political.
Well, it does inadvertently talk a lot about society and the fact that a lot of the like humans are trying to just be like, hey, you find Puppet Master, you just destroy it. You destroy it or you're dead. Those are your options, because they're so scared of whatever this advancement is. And then our main character lady at some point, I know I'm skipping so far ahead.
Yeah, I don't think the guy who requested this movie is going to be happy.
I'm sorry that you requested a movie that we decided to watch after I've had like, look, dude, there's kittens in one of my bedrooms and they're newborns and one of them is missing a leg, and there's nothing we can do about that, and work things happened, and now I have to do more work, and it's a lot of stuff, and we just came back from Disney, so we're like broke. You know what I mean?
Every day of my life.
Every day of your life. So you requested this movie that's not really my cup of tea, that I respect. It's an important movie, I will say.
It's my cup of tea.
I respect it.
It's my cup of tea.
And so and the plot is so like, it's so complicatedly simple that if I were to just give you like every detail, you'd basically be watching the movie.
It's still enough for you to get lost though.
Yeah. So I'm skipping forward. They're fighting some more, and they're fighting some more and some more. And then she gets really buff, really quick, trying to take over the Puppet Master.
I just want to get buff quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. Same, brother. All right. And then she explodes.
Give us a workout routine.
Yes, thank you. She explodes. Thank you for the Ghost in the Shell Bible. I cannot open this to show you anything because it's very likely I'll just turn it to a page that you should not be looking at on YouTube.
He read it as well.
Not yet.
He's gonna read it.
I am going to read it so I can get a further appreciation. And there's apparently a lot more of the story.
Yeah,
too.
the page you just opened up to had a lot of blood on it. So.
It did. I know. That's what I'm saying. Any page, Jarvis. Let's see. Yep. Can't do that.
Yep. Nope.
Can't do that.
That one's not okay.
But yeah, it's all in here. And the puppet master basically rips her apart as well. And then also is gets beat up, and they're side by side, and then her work husband shows up, and the puppet master's like, I need to talk to you. I'm actually in love with you, which is not what he said, but he's like, you and I need you. I've been looking for you.
You're the missing
and I need
part
you.
of me.
Yeah.
And we need to be one.
And she goes, I'd be down with that if I could keep my personality. He goes, why would there be any use for that?
Yeah, what does that matter?
Yeah. What is having your personality
You're a
matter?
calculator. Why do you need a personality?
Yeah. Well, it's more so what use do you have for individuality when advancement is possible? Is pretty much what that was supposed to be. And so she accepts, and the two become one and explode. And then the work husband takes the ghost and finds a new shell of a little girl, basically. It's a little weird.
It kind of looks like her still.
Yeah, it still kind of looks like her, but now the two are one, and they get to go live life.
Yeah, it ends kind of
a little abruptly.
Yeah, she just leaves.
Yeah,
she just walks.
It is. What is the? It's like, what does the newborn do with their life, or something like that? At the end of it was the last line.
I guess whatever the hell they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now they're as close to human as androidingly possible.
Yeah. So the ghost in the shell, you see, the shell was our main character, and the ghost was the puppet master the whole time. My phone's dropped. It did not like hearing that.
Yeah, well, we all have ghosts to deal with. But ours are actually scary and not mechanically made.
Did I miss anything important to you?
No.
I basically skipped from 30 minutes in to the last 10 minutes. So
yeah, I mean, I was just going to say the one guy early on, he was literally talking about his wife and kids, and he was one of the people that they show that this dude got hacked, and to the point where he was showing a picture to somebody, and when he looked at that picture, he saw his wife and kids, but it was altering what he could see because that photo did not have anything in it.
Yeah.
And he was telling this guy about it, and then all of a sudden he got activated. He got Order 66.
Sleeper soldiered.
Right? Is that what it is? Execute Order 66.
No, Execute Order 66 is the order that Emperor Palpatine did to kill the Jedi.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So he got Order 66 and went out of control and started doing whatever Puppet Master wanted him to do. Caused some trouble and was running, and then there was another guy who was also an android and fighting. That was a cool scene because he was using some invisibility cloak, and work husband was going after him, and work wife beat him to the destination where he was going to be and literally beat him up. Broke his arm and leg with her hands because she's, super strong.
Let's do an audience check-in. Does this make any sense to you? All right. Sup? You'd look cooler if you'd subscribed.
Your dad wouldn't be so disappointed in you if you subscribed.
Your friends would do it. Aren't you like them? Don't you want to be like your friends? Your friends would do it. Nah, you're too much of a wimp anyway.
Yeah,
you could watch a couple other videos though, if you were cool.
Yeah, you won't though. Should.